Hello, I've just got my Sony A7r and I thought I'd give you guys a quick comparison with Nikon D90. I've literally just bought it, so I haven't had a whole hell of a lot of time to actually fiddle around with it. However, I have taken a few pictures using this Nikon 50mm, if it can focus, 1.4 lens, 1.4D lens. Now, I got the D lens because it's got this nice nifty aperture ring, but it does mean I have to manually focus. However, that hasn't really proved to be a problem because the EVF in here is actually really quite nice. Now, the reasons why I bought this camera over other cameras is because it's a full frame camera and it's quite compact. Now, this is my regular camera, the Nikon D90. I've used this for a few years now and it served me pretty well. I didn't really find the need to upgrade to the D70-100 or even like D600 or D800 purely because I thought the image quality was adequate. In actual fact, I still think it's pretty good. And if you look at DxOMark, it is about the same as the Olympus OMD EM1, which is another camera that I was considering. Now, I decided to originally purchase the OMD EM1 because I quite like the EM5, and when I started to get into these sorts of mirrorless cameras, I thought the EM5 was the one to go for, and then I heard about the EM1. So I decided to wait until the EM1 was announced, made a pre-order, but then I decided to cancel it as soon as this was announced and go for this instead. I think it's a pretty good decision that I made because it's just so nice to behold. It's got a really nice build quality to it. I was originally a little bit worried about this grip, but my hand fits in it quite well, and it's not massively awkward to turn these dials. Ergonomically, I would say the D90 is a little bit better in that it's just easier to get a hold of the dials and everything like that. However, having said that, there's a little bit more customizability with this because you can adjust the ISO using the dial on the back. Now, I understand that it's meant to be a compact camera, but if you look at it and you compare it with the Nikon, there isn't a hell of a lot of difference in terms of actual size. Right? It's thinner in the body, however, this Metabones adapter, which I have to say is really quite nice, makes up for the flange distance, which the Nikon cameras would have, and it kind of makes the overall thickness about the same. However, having said that, you can take this off, put a cover over the actual sensor, and put it in a jacket pocket. And I tried it in one of my jacket pockets and it fit perfectly fine. So in that sense, it's pretty good. Now, the reason why I didn't get the OMD EM1 instead of this, now I understand that EM1 is much better, has much better weatherproofing, and that's true. However, it's not full frame. This is going to be about 2 stops better in terms of low light performance. Having said that, you can get Voigtlander lenses which make up for the 2 stops in speed, and you'd probably get the same kind of size as you're seeing here with this lens. So in that sense, I don't think I've lost out, but on the other hand, when I stop it down and use it to do a landscape, for example, this is going to give you much better resolution. Of course, this is the A7r, which means you got I think 36 megapixels. And in case you're wondering if how big the files are going to be and how many you can fit onto a memory card, according to the manual, the 32 gig memory card can store about 610 JPEG and RAW files. So it's not actually that bad. I think it's the file sizes are manageable, particularly considering that actually it's rather cheap to buy more memory cards and things like that. And I think it's a lot more future-proof. Something like an OMD is very good, but I can imagine in like 5 years' time you probably get camera phones that can take pictures comparable to an OMD, whereas with this I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. In fact, this is probably going to be the last camera I'm going to buy for a long time anyway. I mean, what would be really quite good for this system is if they had like a pancake lens. That would actually suit the system quite well. I will eventually get the 35 2.8, but that's the thing. I mean, the Sony Alpha system currently doesn't have a lot of decent lenses, and the ones they do have, they might be pretty good in terms of quality, but they're also massively expensive, which is why I've still got Nikon lenses. Also, the other reason why I've got Nikon lenses is because my other camera is a D90, so I could use this on this. All in all, I'm very happy with it, and yeah, it's just an amazing camera. So if you're thinking about it, I hope this little video has either convinced you to get one, or, you know, put you off or whatever, at least given you something a little bit more to go on, in addition to all the other videos which are out there. Thanks.